Why can't you buy any car straight from the manufacturer instead of a dealership? I think that's a thing in America and some other countries. But in China, for example, more and more manufacturers are opening their own shop and do direct sales to the customers. It's actually pretty nice because everyone gets the cars at the same price and no one gets gouged. Historically, the car manufacturers screwed a lot of people and there was no practical recourse because they were out of state. Dealers also handled maintenance and repairs. Older cars were way less reliable than cars today. Requiring cars to be sold by a licensed and bonded company protects consumers. Then once dealerships were around for a while, the law changed to protect the dealers. Common issues with manufacturers are quantity forcing, where dealers are required to purchase models they didn't order. Manufacturers refusing to buy back unsold inventory. Requiring dealers to perform warranty repairs with reimbursement rates below their actual cost. Many states limit competition. Limit how many dealers can be in a certain area, but now several states allow direct sales. Like Ford EV's Volvo, Co. VA for instance. Because originally dealers were established to provide a more personal sales relationship vs. direct. The thought was a dealer could spend more time with you, figure out your needs, and recommend cars much more high touch. Johnny Salesman was an upstanding citizen of Pleasantville and you'd see him around town, so you'd have a sort of connection. You also wouldn't be able to see the car if you bought it from a factory. Nowadays stuff like this doesn't matter, but the dealer association has lobbied so hard over decades that it's illegal to buy direct. We could let this person buy a fancy Honda direct from the factory for less, or we could buy that fancy Honda from the factory for less and sell it for more to this guy that wants to buy this Honda. Dealership owners form the biggest political campaign donor bloc in the US. The majority are millionaires, not billionaires. They will fight tooth and nail so their income stream is safe. Likewise, the politicians they donate to will do what their patrons want, and will never cut out the middlemen who scam their local population out of money with every oil change. Franchise laws was intended as a way for the manufacturers to have capital to produce more and more as dealers would own the cars. You can, maybe not where you are. It's actually against federal law in order to prevent monopolies. In the States there's a law preventing that, so companies don't undercut their dealerships, but Tesla, for example, can ignore that because they don't have any dealership partners in the first place. I am pretty sure you can. I was looking at the Ford Maverick on their site using their configurator, and from what I could tell you can buy it straight through them, and then pick it up at a dealership, the dealership only really acting as like a post office law. It was also going to be far cheaper fully loaded than just getting whatever the dealer had, so there's that too. Most US states have laws prohibiting this. The idea is to protect the franchise that the dealer pays for. Elon Musk ran into these laws when he tried to direct market Teslas. I don't know what the current state is, but last I knew in many states he could not solve direct to the consumer. I'm always astounded by US dealers adding market adjustments to the sticker price. Doesn't happen on this side of the pond. Toyota and Honda are in the business of making cars, not the business of selling cars. They want to sell 100 cars to a dealership at once to be done with it, not have to sell 100 cars one by one. Lobbyists and elected officials love for money. Once upon a time, car dealerships lobbied the government to make it illegal for car manufacturers to sell directly to the consumer. You can Tesla and Rivian. There's almost always a middleman, because people, namely car dealerships, spend a ton lobbying to keep it that way. People have tried to get this changed and there's always a massive political pushback among both parties. Agree. I thought Tesla was going to move this way, but they just built a huge dealership right down the road from me. I don't get it. Seems like all dealerships do is expand. Firm belief that cars can be half the price if not for dealerships. I think it's a US thing. In Europe you definitely can, and the experience is great, for X. Volvo does that.